Here is how you solve one of the biggest and most common problems that you see in relationships. Have you ever been with someone who was conflict avoidant? They had no problem going to bed angry, no problem going several days without addressing an important issue, or maybe they tried to sweep it under the rug entirely. You lose your patience, you become anxious and overwhelmed, and before you know it, a minor disagreement becomes an explosive argument. How two people approach communication during conflict is a marker for how successful that relationship is going to be. So what do you do when you have a partner who gets overwhelmed and tends to avoid emotionally charged conversation? You create rules of engagement. So here are the rules. The goal is not to win or be right. The goal is for you guys to understand each other, and that means both parties, not just the person who's upset and filing the complaint. Don't attack, ask questions. Sometimes we tend to project our insecurities, so what we might perceive as a slight might very well be a misunderstanding. For example, hey, we've been dating for 6 months and I've noticed that I haven't met your family yet. Is there something about introducing your partner to your parents that makes you feel uncomfortable? What I've noticed is that the word uncomfortable is like the magic word that sparks vulnerability. When you show care and concern for your partner's boundaries and a desire to understand them, it's easier for them to reciprocate that. It is okay to take breaks from emotionally charged conversations. If you see that things are getting out of hand and unproductive, you can say, hey, I need some time and space to process my feelings before I communicate them with you. Or create a safe word for this sentence. Don't yell, communicate it respectfully, and honor it when it gets said. Do not use this break to rev yourself up or let your anxiety run amok. Self-soothe, engage in a mindful activity, and when you've brought yourself back down to earth, gather your thoughts and your feelings so that you can communicate them calmly. You also want to take this time to bring down your defenses and reflect on what your partner is trying to communicate with you. Now, the person who asked for the space is responsible for communicating a concrete time frame and also responsible for reinitiating the conversation. And finally, it doesn't matter if you agree with what your partner is upset about. Their feelings and their experience are equally valid. The more you engage in this structure during conflict, the shorter and more productive your disagreements are going to be. These are rules to discuss and set before you even get into conflict. The change isn't going to happen overnight, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. Conflict is not a bad thing. If it's done correctly, it should actually bring you closer together. If you like this tip, make sure to follow, like, and save. And if you ever want to talk to a friend about your relationship, I offer these really laid-back one-on-one sessions where you're able to speak freely without judgment and, of course, get some objective feedback in return.